Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nakib bin Karudin. Today, my friends and I are here to present about a case study which is titled Blurred Lines of Copyright. For an introduction, in 2013, Robin Thicke and Pharrell Williams co-produced the runaway hit single Blurred Lines, earning them over 60 million in sales and streaming revenues. But before that, I would like to introduce my teammates. They are Putri Ain Ikhlas, Nurul Aina Osman, and also Ahmad Faris bin Abdul Nasir.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Ahmad Faris and I will explain the summary of the case. The song Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke featuring Pharrell Williams and T.I. was released in 2013. During August 2013, Marvin Gaye's family accused of Thicke and Williams to have plagiarized Gaye's song Got to Give It Up. They sued him and Pharrell. In 2015, the jury in the favor of Gaye's family held that while it did not directly rip off the song, but it has the same feels to it. That's the summary of the case. And we will go on details about the discussion and everything.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Aina binti Osman. I will answer first question about Gaye family should own the rights to the Gaye's work or not. My answer is yes, and the reason is Gaye's family might wanted to avoid tarnish good name of Marvin Gaye since the lyrics of song by Thicke featuring T.I. and Pharrell bringing bad impression by the public because it is not suitable for underage. There was not an absolute absence of evidence of similarity between the two songs and it might bring in confusion to the public. They also wanted to honor Marvin Gaye's work as a singer and songwriter to the song that have been plagiarized by Thicke. On top of that, plagiarism made by the singer and songwriter of Thicke's song, making the originality of Marvin Gaye's song disappear and popularity falls into others' hands. The decision made by Gaye's family was right because of it protects songwriters and encourages new songwriters to create original themselves rather than copy from others. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nakib, and me and Faris will be answering what distinctions can you identify among sampling, appropriating, and stealing components of a song. In music, sampling is the reuse of a portion or sample of a sound recording in another recording. Samples may comprise elements such as rhythm, melody, speech, sounds, or entire bars of music, and may be layered, equalized, sped up or slowed down, repitched, looped, or otherwise manipulated. As we know it, sampling is the foundation of hip-hop music, which emerged with 1980s producer sampling funk and soul records, particularly drum breaks to be rapped over. Sampling has since influenced all genres of music, particularly electronic music and also pop.
Should authors, musicians, and other artists acknowledge all of the influences on their work, regardless of the degree of influence? Why or why not? To answer this question, authors, musicians, and other artists should not acknowledge all of the influences on their work, regardless of the degree of influence. An artist's work is a creative process and should be legally protected because it is not easy to come up with something original and new. Inspiration from an original work should not be too similar because that would be stealing. In the case of Blurred Lines, Marvin Gaye had inspired Robin Thicke. However, he was still sued for copyright. Marvin Gaye's original work was used in blurred lines, causing a distraction from the originality of Robin Thicke's creative work. The next point, stealing. Also known as music plagiarism, which is the use or close imitation of another author's music while representing it as one's own original work. Plagiarism in music now occurs in two contexts: with a musical idea, that is, a melody, motif, or sampling. The Black Eyed Peas, for example, were successfully sued by Ohio disc jockey Lynn Tolliver, claiming that his song I Need a Freak was sampled without his permission in the Black Eyed Peas song My Hums. Lynn Tolliver won $1.2 million.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to you, sir. My name is Putri Ain Ikhlas binti Sazali and I will be answering the question number 3 of our case study. The question is, this court case is one among many over the past decade that have placed limits on songwriting and musical composition. Do you think it is important to provide these legal protections for the artists, even if it means hindering artistic creativity and the new works that might come from the musical influence? And explain your reasoning. So in my opinion, yes, it is important to have the legal protection, despite it hinders the artistic creativity and the new works that might come from the musical influence. So first thing first, we have to know that legal protection or the copyright is a bundle of rights granted to the individuals who have created the literary, dramatic, and musical. It is a right given to the authors or the creators for them to obtain the economic rewards for their creations, and this includes the ability to sell the works that they made and or get all the rights in return for the money. So now I will explain why it is important to have the legal protection for the artists. The first point is to have to balance the needs and interests of the creators with other creators. We first need to understand that the idea of copyright or legal protection for the artist is to balance the needs and interests of the creators with other creators that are influenced by or built upon their work, and with the needs of the public. We have to acknowledge that creativity is a hard work, and if everyone could easily reuse the work of the others immediately without rewarding the original creators, then there will never be professional creators in this world. Moving on to the next point is to protect the literary or artistic works of the artist. Legal protections can be the safeguards to the artist's work from being copied or plagiarized. One who create the work have the rights to benefit derived from the use of that work by other people. And the next point is to protect all the creations that make an income for the artist. Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Like, let's say, imagine that we have studied for months and took an examination for a few hours. However, everyone around us doesn't bother to study for the test, and they just simply copy our answer. So like this happens in the arts all the time. So like, what will we feel? How will you feel? And like, now imagine if each of the people copied for a test, but there's a watermark and reference appeared revealing that it is from you, and like people have to pay you a big amount for that. So that's why the legal protection are important. And last but not least, they have a legal protection for the artist so that they have a monopoly over the original work. Like, it doesn't matter whether it is being published or unpublished, as long as it is the original work from the creator, they have the rights to it. Like, they can reproduce the work anytime they want in any form of language, or they can even exhibit it in the public. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
So, if you purchase a song and then recognize that it is appropriating an earlier work, you are not legally obligated to stop listening, but are you obligated ethically? So, basically, no. Of course, I am not ethically obligated to stop listening to the song. However, artists should ask for permission before sampling the works of other artists because it is simply the right thing to do. It is always important to acknowledge and recognize the original work of an artist. With that being said, if I recognize a song that has been blatantly ripped off from another artist's work, I would stop listening to the song. This is because I strongly believe that one's work should not be plagiarized and stolen without permission. Thank you.